Today I'm going to share some really powerful truths with you that can change the game for you as far as your author journey is concerned. And what I'm going to be sharing with you is going to benefit you if you're just starting out as an author. Maybe you have a book that you're about to publish, or you already published your book and you're looking for ways to generate cash flow, to generate income from your book. This would also be beneficial for you if you are an experienced author. Maybe you've written like 10 books, 11 books, 15 books, 20 books. This is going to be beneficial for you. So what is that thing that I have for you today? I'm going to teach you how to get rich fast, with emphasis on the word fast. How to get rich fast as a new author or as an experienced author without having to sell millions of books. Now, if that sounds like something you'll be interested in, grab a cup of tea, grab a cup of coffee, sit back and relax, and just enjoy this conversation to the very end. And also drop me a comment in the comment section and tell me, let's go. Now, in today's conversation, I'm going to be teaching you how you can get rich fast, how you can get rich quick as an author. But before I do, I need to really bust a myth that has held many authors back. And guess what? It has not only held many authors back, it has also held many individuals, many entrepreneurs back. And what is that myth? That myth is the get rich quick scheme. You see, when we were growing up, we were warned about the get rich quick scheme. We were told to avoid get rich quick schemes. But you know what? No one ever taught us to avoid the stay broke for the rest of your life scheme, right? So we're told to avoid things that will give us money fast, and they call them schemes. But guess what? Did you know the meaning of the word scheme? The meaning of the word scheme, or rather the word scheme, is derived from the Greek word schema, and the word schema actually means a plan, like schematics, right? Like the schematics of a building will show you the plan, will show you the corridors, will show you the hidden doors that even people who are living in that building do not know. When you have the schematics of a building, when you have the schematics of an industrial plant, you're able to even see pipelines underneath the floor. You're able to see the conduits. You're able to see different things about that building that no one out there can see, that's hidden in plain sight, literally, right? So in today's conversation, I'm going to be teaching you how that many of the things you've been taught about making money as an author is a lie, is a white lie, is a big fat lie. And generally, the idea of avoiding get rich quick schemes, get rich quick plans, get rich quick schematics needs to be reevaluated. Why? Because nobody ever taught us to avoid the stay broke for the rest of your life scheme. Would you rather stay broke for the rest of your life than get rich quick the right way? What we should have been taught is that, hey, look for legal and legitimate ways to get rich quick, because time waits for no one, right? Time waits for no one. You listening to me right now, you may be in your mid-40s, you may be in your mid-50s, you may be in your mid-60s, you may be in your mid-20s. Look back at your life 5 years ago and see where you were and see how time flies. Let me break it down for you a little more. If you were to save your way to $1 million and you were to save $1,000 every month till you got to $1 million, do you know how many years it's going to take you? Guess. Tell me in the comment section, how many years it's going to take you to get to $1 million if you saved $1,000 every month? It's going to take you 83.3 years. Can you imagine that? Now, by the time you add 83.3 years to your current age, guess how old you'll be? You'll probably be so old and so weak and so frail that you cannot even enjoy the money. And that's the method, that's the methodology most broke entrepreneurs, broke professionals, broke authors are trying to use in a bid to make money. No wonder they are broke. No wonder they are broke like a joke and ready to choke. No wonder they are stuck like chalk in a pickup truck, right? Because they are using all the wrong ways to make money. Did you know that it is easier to make a lot of money within a short period of time than it is to make a little money over a long period of time? You may wonder how. Well, that's where the word leverage comes into the picture. When you use leverage, you can actually increase the velocity at which you sell your books as an author, and not just sell your books for selling sake, but you can increase the velocity at which you deliver the transformation that you have packed packaged in your book as an author. So by increasing the velocity at which you deliver the value and the transformation that you have packaged in your book for your reader and for your client, you are literally speeding up the rate at which you get paid, the rate at which you get rich as an author. And we're going to come into all of those details, right? But I want to just get this across to you that instead of being scared and being afraid of get rich quick schemes, your goal and your job right now should be to figure out legal ways, legitimate ways to get rich fast as an author. Why? Because the idea of waiting for 60 days before you get paid $5 mega royalties that you get from Amazon after selling your books and after begging people online to give you reviews and to check out your link, the wait and the time wasted in that journey is not worth the effort. It's not worth the result that you get. So imagine this: you spend time to write your book, you spend time to conceptualize it, you spend time to think about it, you spend time to come up with characters, come up with stories, come up with illustrations, come up with different definitions, and you package it in your book. It may take you weeks, months, sometimes even years before you finally finalize your book draft, and then you publish it, you proofread it, you edit it, you format it, you publish it, and then instead of getting paid, you have to wait. After you painstakingly get someone to buy, you have to wait for 60 long days before that money hits your account. For some people, it is 90 painful long days before the money hits your account. That is an aberration. That is a terrible business model. That's a terrible business idea, and that explains why most authors are stuck like chalk in a pickup truck, because they are using the wrong business model, because they are doing the wrong things. They are expending all of their time to make a little bit of money, and so they are making money really slow. Now, if you can increase the velocity at which you make money, whereby instead of waiting for 60 days before you get paid for a work that you did, you get paid in 60 seconds, you get paid in 60 minutes, you are increasing your chances to wealth. You are getting rich fast. And so that's the whole idea of what I'm going to be sharing with you today, right? So getting rich from a book is not about selling copies. It's not about selling 1 million copies. That's why I'm telling you, you don't even have to wait till you sell 100,000 copies before you lock this strategy in, right? Because when you understand the psychology of creating wealth, time becomes compressed. You no longer see your book as a commodity that you need to sell more of, but you see your book as a transformation that you need to deliver with high velocity and high intensity. By the time you lock this in by delivering the transformation that you have baked into your book with high velocity and high intensity, there's nothing that's going to stop you from generating significant income from your book, making $1 million from your book. So one thing is that most authors think that being the best writing author is going to make them wealthy. Nobody gets rewarded for being the best writing author. You only get rewarded for being the best selling author. And what is the best selling author all about? It's someone that is best at selling, someone that is best at using systems to automate sales, right? So if you're an author and all you do is write, and you know nothing about selling, you need to fix that. You have a book sales problem, and you need to fix that if you want to get rich fast without having to sell millions of books. Now, I wrote something down here. I said most authors don't have a sales problem, they have a system problem. They are talented writers, but they lack a framework for turning that talent into cash flow. Now, here are the common pain points. You pour your heart into a book and it sells only to friends and family. Well, I know that journey very well. You pour your heart, you pour your sweat and blood into your book, and you can barely even sell 10 copies. And these 10 copies, you sold it to your friends and family after pestering them. And they only bought the books to do you a favor. They only bought the books to encourage you. They only bought the books to support your ministry. That is a terrible business model, and it's not scalable. And if you are here listening to this, and all you've been able to achieve is to convince and force your friends and families to buy your book and give you free reviews on Amazon, you need to rethink and reimagine your journey, reimagine your business as an author, and start fixing your book sales problem if you want to get rich fast as an author. Whether you're a new author or you're an experienced author, this is something you want to look at immediately. Now, I said something. He said you rely on Amazon and you make a few dollars per sale. You post endlessly on social media, but you get no traction. You hate selling, so you avoid promoting. You don't know what to do after someone buys the book. That's why this conversation matters. The book is not the business, it is a bridge to your wealth. The book is not the end game. That's what I'm trying to say. The book is not the end game, it's the bridge to your wealth. Right? So if you understand what I'm teaching you right now, you can actually build a profitable business around your book, inside your book, outside your book, and out of your book. How does that sound? Right? Now, there's a myth that I want to bust right now. Most authors think they need to sell more books, but the truth is the book gets you attention, but systems and offers create income. So you want to transform your book into an offer. What is an offer? An offer is the opportunity you give to someone to say yes or to say no to something that you have created, to a solution that you can potentially give them, to a result that you have created and packaged for them, or that you're about to create and package for them. So that begs the question, how do I get rich fast as an author? Well, in today's conversation, I'm going to give you an acronym for FAST, right? And in that acronym, I'm going to break down how you can get rich fast. F stands for find a profitable message, right? So you want to write a book that solves a real problem. How? By finding a market that needs a solution, and they know they have a problem that needs that solution. Most authors, they contrive an idea in their mind without even thinking who will buy it. Then they finish writing the book, writing their story and whatever else they wrote down, and then they start looking for a market after they have already created their book. That is the wrong way to do it. You want to first nail your market before you even create anything. You want to first nail your messaging before you even create anything if you want to actually succeed. And so that's what the F in FAST stands for. It stands for find a profitable market. Now, the A stands for attract ready buyers. You want to attract ready buyers by creating valuable content that draws readers naturally. You want to write a book, or you've written a book and you don't have any communication about it. You don't even have fun sharing that message outside of your book. Then you have work to do. Why? Because you want to play the attraction game instead of playing the chasing game. Instead of playing the chasing game, you play the attraction game, where people are attracted to your message, attracted to you, attracted to your brand, attracted to the value you bring in the marketplace, because they have a problem that you have effectively articulated for them, so that they can know that you are the one for them. And so you want to get good at attracting ready buyers. Many people think that by spending more money on advertisement, they can avoid the need to sell or avoid the need to play the attraction game. But guess what? Your advertising cost would shrink significantly when you bake in the concept of attracting ready buyers with valuable content. Now that brings us to S. S stands for sell. Sell system and not just stories, right? That's why when you're writing a book, you should go beyond the idea of, oh, I just want to write my story. Nobody cares about your story. The only person who cares about your story is your mom and your dad, and they don't even care enough to read about it because they were right there when it happened and it was not fun to relive, right? So you want to have a better system and not just stories that are about you. You want to have people see themselves in your story, even when you're telling your story, and see how your story can take them to their glory. If you are not able to do that with your story, then you have work to do. Now, you want to turn your book into, different forms, different vehicles that can get people the transformation they need even faster. So instead of allowing your book to just stay as a book and allowing your message to get shut up in that book, take that message, turn it into something that can live beyond the pages of your book and take people on a journey to that transformation. And then the T in the FAST stands for turn on automation. Build a funnel that automates your book sales and follow up, right? I call mine a book pipeline, right? The funnel is one thing, but I have different funnels that come together to form what I call a book pipeline. When you have that locked in, nothing can stop you from generating significant income as an author, because I've done it before. I've been there and I've done it. So I'm not teaching you theory, because I know no theory, right? So if you take these principles and you bake it into your book publishing and book writing journey, you'll be amazed at the kind of results that you will get. And so my recommendation for you today is that you need to get rich fast. You need to sell your books fast. You need to deliver the transformation package in your book even faster. When you do that, you unlock the get rich quick scheme for authors who know what they have and who know what they carry and who is able to profit from their creativity. With that being said, I'm going to leave it there for now for today's conversation. I'll talk to you on the next one. Until then, have a good one and bye bye.